Well, she had an initial clot in her leg, and our veterinarians did everything that they could to try and work with that clot. What we eventually discovered through ultrasound was that she had many clots in her heart that had broken off and were causing the clots in the rest of her body. At that point, there really was no treatment, so they made the decision to euthanize. Just so there was no further pain. They're very, very social animals. If you've ever seen them groom each other, that's part of it too. It's more of a pampering. Everybody likes to think they're just picking bugs off in an odd little way, but really what they're doing is pampering each other. Very, very social. They really, really care for each other. It's not to say there's not conflicts in the group, of course, but they are also so intelligent that they definitely needed some sort of closure. They needed to know what happened. They needed to have their own way to deal with it. They were outside initially. We brought the body in and put it up to the mesh so that if they wanted to, they could touch her. Only a couple were actually able to reach out of the enclosure, one being her daughter. But anyway, we brought the body in, sat it by the mesh, and opened up, and they all came in. Initially, it was just a whirlwind of emotions. One of them screamed initially, and then they all reacted differently, and they sort of would come and look at the body and then have to move away. And there was this whole like ebb and flow process where they would come for a few seconds and check her out and poke her and then go away and then come back. Some of them were hugging each other. Her daughter Babette was holding another one. They were holding each other while she reached out, and she was able to reach through the mesh all the way and touch near her face. The male who's sort of in charge of everything out there in front, he was very concerned. He kept checking her and trying her, and it was just this whole process. We've got the young male who's going through puberty now, who's just all testosterone, and he was throwing stuff around initially, toys and things, and they just all had this weird roller coaster reaction, but it just all came down to them all just being very calm and sitting there and really relaxed in front of the cage.